Welcome to the Brooks and Zach 100 Years podcast. Zach over there with his strategic starting of the recording equipment with a shit-eating grin on his face.
Look, it's a lot better now since there's a big button that says on.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we now
I'm glad we installed that. It makes things a lot easier.
So, Brooks, why don't you tell us on how you want to do certain things to my cousin, please?
Josh has this running joke that annoys me a lot because it's not funny.
It's the best whenever in public.
Like,
sounds pretty funny.
When I don't know if it was when we first met or whatever, but there was some kind of connection between my name being Brooks and you having a cousin named Brooke.
Yeah.
And you insist that I am attracted to Brooke, who I both do not know and have never met and is also a child.
All lies. All lies.
Are they lies?
I mean, maybe.
But
I mean, look, he wants to fuck her. Is that, like, what do I need to say?
what evidence do you have to support that claim?
Brooks. I mean, come on.
Oh, you make a good...
Come on. The simplest answer is always the answer.
Wait a minute. I don't know if that's true.
Well, it is, because... Just shut up. Look, man.
Speaking of completely true stories, how much have we told you about Florida?
As much as I care to know.
Did we tell you about the time Matt and I walked in on Brooks?
What?
Oh, no.
Okay.
My father listens to this podcast, and I would prefer it.
Okay, you can tell me later, but that's hilarious.
If you end the story at right there, Zach.
I forgot he listens to it.
Zach.
You haven't told your parents?
No.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
now they know.
I think it would have been funny if you just went in and you're like, guys! Like, you went up to your parents, you're like, Mom, guess what? And you're shaking her.
Oh, that happened when I got home, though. Because I had, like, a couple hickeys on my neck.
Well, you didn't really have a choice in that.
Well, I didn't, and that was what made it awesome. But, no, I got home, and, like, it's, like, 6 p.m. We were driving since, like, 10 p.m. The previous day. I was just dead inside, and I get home. I finished dropping off Brooks and Matt, and, like, my car's almost destroyed. And that's when I get home, and I'm just, like, kind of slugging my way back into the house, and I walk past the pool, and my mom's like, oh, hey, you want to go swimming? And I'm like, yeah, kinda. Let me just put everything away. So I put everything away, put on my bathing suit, which still smells like the sea, because that's the only bathing suit I have.
Yeah.
And I'm swimming in the pool for a little bit, and, like, we all get out, we're all drying off and just sunbathing for a little bit, and that's when my mom, in front of everybody, goes, so you're gonna tell us where you got those hickeys and who...
You didn't realize you still had them on?
Well, no, I did. I just wasn't flaunting them around. And my mom was like, oh, but you're just parading them around for everyone to see. I'm like, I wasn't. You asked me if I wanted to swim. And I wanted to swim. I'm sorry.
And by, like, announcing in front of everyone, you mean announcing in front of Spencer?
My dad, Spencer,
Yeah.
Samantha, Jake,
Oh.
all of my siblings. And Jake's like, what's a hickey? I'm like...
So you demonstrated it on him, you're like, oh, this.
He's like, ah!
And he died.
Oh, he did die.
Well. So now the real important question is, when I'm editing this, will I keep this in for the sake of you know
comedy?
For the sake of comedy, or
well, you got to think all the listeners, including your dad, are going to hear it, and you got to debate whether or not, if all the listeners hearing it will benefit from it more than the slight inconvenience you'll have of your dad going, what the fuck happened in Florida?
I say this, if you're uncomfortable with it being out there in the mainstream, I say edit out, but you should tell your dad. He'd be very proud of you.
That'd be even weirder.
Who fucking cares? I think it'd be hilarious.
I'd
love to be a fly on the wall when that happens.
You'd think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
You're not my parents' kid.
I wish I was.
You're your parents' kid. Oh no, Brooks, we've cracked the code. We gotta...
We gotta take one of your hairs and throw it into the sun.
We have to steal the Declaration of Independence.
I still like National Treasure.
Yeah.
I still like Nicolas Cage.
I probably liked it when I was younger, but you know.
You don't like Nicolas Cage. Don't say words.
Come on, he's in that great movie, Pay the Ghost. And oh no, you know what is a good movie with him in it that I hear? Lord of War. Has anyone seen that?
I have not seen that, but I've heard of it. And
then that's the conversation.
Oh, should we? Okay. So after last week, we there was really no other occupants of the Brooks and Zach 100 Years building that, Brooks Nicholas Zach took over. His mutant army has dispersed, after he died.
And a lot of them are running for Congress.
Yeah, it's like a thematic connection between the two storylines.
Poetic justice.
But yeah, so we have moved in again. We are starting to hire a bit of a staff, and we are repurposing all of the building to our own benefits. We still don't know what to do with the subterranean levels. There.
Oh, I've been pooping in there.
For the whole week?
On the floor?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, you said I could. I mean, you didn't. I thought you said you could, or I could, so I decided to do it. Actually, I never asked you. I just started doing it.
That sounds like
I had a dream I asked you, and you said no in the dream.
You know what?
So I decided to do it anyway.
To spite the dream version of him.
Yeah. That's why I came in that one day and I was like, fuck the both of you, I'm going to do it anyways. And then I went down there.
the beautiful thing about that is, now we can hire janitors. Because we have a building, and building means power.
Well, yeah, but, if we didn't have to hire janitors, we'd be saving more money.
But we can hire janitors.
Or, let's put a pin in that. We can get a bunch of raccoons, call them janitors, and just release them.
Guys.
Hear me out, right, Zach? Right,
I do kind of like that idea.
Guys, you have to understand.
You have
to understand. Shh. You have to understand. If we hire a bunch of people, I can refer to them as the crew. I can put in the building is going through space, and I'm the captain, and we can have a Star Trek thing. That's just what I want. That's all that I want. I just want that. I want to be able to be like, I need an away team. Let's go. It's just like, sir, you don't need 4 employees to go with you to go get donuts. I'm like, shut the fuck up, ensign. Do you want to get demoted again? He's like, no.
That's a good idea.
Well, that's another demotion, and then we continue.
That's a good idea, Captain. Fuckhead. There we go. That's my joke. So we're getting raccoons, right?
Yeah, we can get raccoons.
We can get some raccoons, because I also like Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's just the subterranean level, right? We can just fill an elevator with raccoons, hit the down button,
send it down.
It'll be an edible cage, so as long as we can get them down there, they'll all there with.
The ones who don't
become new.
The ones that don't get eaten by the other raccoons, they will become the alpha raccoons.
Yeah.
And we just send them down. See, I'm not opposed to that idea. I'm a flexible captain.
There will be a raccoon civil war in the subterranean levels.
It will make the raccoon species stronger.
A raccoon race war between the ones with the stripes and the different colored I don't know what the raccoons have
red
stripes,
pandas versus raccoons.
My money's on the red pandas.
Yeah,
I thought you were referencing that Dr. Seuss books.
Oh, the Sneetches on the beaches with their stars on the
Butter War. Yeah.
What
words would you just use?
Did I just have a stroke?
No, the one. It's the book where the two sides fight over what side of to put butter on.
That's a different book.
That's a different book?
That's a different book.
What the fuck is that?
There's the butter side down and the butter side up brigade or something. That's a Dr. Seuss book.
Okay.
Yeah, remember it was an allegory
General
for
Genghis Khan
the only ones I ever read as a kid was the Sneetches one, Cat in the Hat.
I've never heard of this Sneetches thing.
The Sneetches on the beaches? Okay, so pretty much there was
You've never heard of that one? That's one of the most popular ones.
Yeah, there was
the butter one's one of the most unpopular ones.
There's it's a metaphor for communism. They even had a Berlin Wall.
Are you drunk?
No, that's a real thing. Zach even knows what I'm talking about.
Vaguely, only because of the Seussical.
Right.
Because
what the fuck is that?
It's a musical with all the Dr. Seuss stuff in it.
Okay.
Anyway,
you were in that, right?
I was in that. It was
Were you the butter?
I never saw that. Was it terrible? I bet it was terrible.
It was probably terrible because it was a high school production, and all high school productions are terrible.
They're all awful. Even the one that I directed, that's awful. I just maintain it was less awful than the other ones.
The Butter Battle book by Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a whole book.
It's got a 4.2 out of 5 on Goodreads. Oh. There you go.
Anyway, the Sneetches thing, there was you got people without stars, and you got people with stars, and people with stars were like, oh, we're so much better than the plebes without stars. And this guy rolls up to town, he's like, hey, yeah, I got a machine that can put stars on people. And so everybody had stars, and the people who originally had stars were like, remove our stars. And he's like, oh, without stars, we're a lot better. And then eventually this whole thing happens where everybody's going to the guy to remove or put back on stars, and then nobody knows who everybody is anymore.
Yeah. It's about being individual.
And the guy makes a shit ton of money, so he's great.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Dr. Seuss. Man, it's crazy to think he molested all those kids. I mean, it's not true, but like I want to start this because that sounds like it would be great for a movie, right?
Right.
And we'll get Bill Cosby to play as him.
I mean,
he's a great actor. And nothing bad's happened to him.
It's already pretty good because he apparently didn't like children all that much.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the documentary.
Who really likes children?
No
that is a good point.
Children.
Children are awful.
Children don't even like other children.
Yeah, exactly. Children are like humans without empathy, decency, or intelligence.
You know what? We should legalize pedophilia. What the fuck? Let's just kill them.
That's
Maybe
a sound
you're
bite.
not president or mayor. Or
yeah,
whatever.
it's pretty good that Dave won.
Yeah.
Good job, Zach.
It's been a long while. I killed a man, woman, whatever she was.
It was an alligator.
We had that vacation in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably good that Dave won instead of you.
Yeah, Dave's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is pretty cool.
He used to be a lawyer. He's done all that stuff for Greenpeace. I mean, he used to be an
Taught
anti-Semite
CPR
for
to
a
the
while.
homeless.
What?
He taught CPR to the homeless.
Yeah.
So now, there's a lot more homeless, but like they're living better. That's a great.
They know
area.
how to save other homeless. That's okay. Okay. We can forgive all the anti-Semitic stuff he said for a while during the 80s.
What?
Just don't.
Are you trying to start rumors about Dave?
No, that's actually true.
That's a true rumor.
We went to college. It was a weird time. He was like, "Oh, you should meet my good friend David Duke," and I was like, "Dave, I really don't want to meet David Duke."
I don't know who David Duke is.
Leader of the KKK.
Oh, that's a bad guy.
Yeah.
So speaking of people Zach doesn't know, so when Connor was on here, he made that reference to John Anderson from Yes, and I'm just thinking to myself like, nobody, not even Brooks knows who the fuck that is.
Did you know who it was?
Yes.
You know everybody.
Not
That's
everybody, but like me and Connor listen to the same music.
Right.
Except Nirvana.
That's
don't bring up Nirvana around Connor. He gets very upset.
We had like a nice conversation. Like I understood where he was coming from.
Well,
I mean, I disagree, but like
I was exaggerating for the sake of comedy. Of course, he's like gonna act like a human being.
It was a good joke, Brooks. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, God, ow, that's blood. That's real blood.
Not fake blood and real blood skin.
You know what? If there's ever, like, a movie about our... high hopes right here. If there's ever a movie about our podcast, it'll be called a fake podcast and a real podcast skin.
Yes.
The 100 Years story.
We have to mark that down.
Trademark. Got
it's
it.
Just like,
got it, boys. We'll get the raccoons on it.
It's a fake podcast and a real podcast skin. The 100 Years story. Or... How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Fact that Josh Yasovich died on this date.
Can that be our tagline? That entire thing? That entire bit? I want, like, on the YouTube banner, I just want to have that entire quote just pasted. So people are like, what does that mean? And then they'll hear this episode of the podcast and go, oh.
Yeah. Speaking of me dying, I told Brooks this, but I probably have diabetes.
Yeah, we had that conversation in the car right over here.
Because for the past few days, and I'd say about almost a week, I've been feeling really, really lightheaded and like pressure on my head.
Yeah.
And
I also think you're very malnourished.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But the thing is, like, my mom, she did my like blood sugar and it was really high, and she was like, "You're probably getting early onset diabetes," and I was like, "Great," because everyone in my family on like both sides have it, so I was like, "Oh, okay." It's great.
What is the, like, actual, like, bad thing about diabetes? I know, like, something to do with, like, your foot falling off.
No, it deals with...
Your foot falls off?
No, it deals with, like, your pancreas, and it can't produce, like,
riboflavin?
What?
What?
Is that like a Slurpee flavor?
Riboflavin?
That sounds like a Slurpee flavor.
Oh, shit, I don't know what riboflavin is. It's something that's, like, a chemical that's put into foods.
Well, alright, so all I know is that, like, type 1 is, like, the one that you develop from being fat, and type 2 is the one you're born with.
So you're gonna get type 1?
Yeah, no.
Because you're fat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll get type 3.
Good joke.
What's type 3?
The like I just said.
The combo. 1 + 2 = 4. I'm 3.
Classic.
So there's that. Or I have a brain tumor, or an earworm in my head. It's either one of those.
One of those. You're dying. Is
I'm
what
dying.
You're trying to tell.
So the title will work, is what I'm trying to say.
I thought I got diabetes from eating nothing but snowballs for an entire summer, but I didn't, and that makes me happy. But because I ate a lot of snowballs.
I don't want to get diabetes, not because of the diabetes, although that'd be awful. It's because I don't like the idea of pricking my finger all the time. Because it's like the big pains I can take, but the little like tiny ones.
Yeah, like a punch into the face you can take, but a little prick that's
hard. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not even joking. I'd be better with.
Can we punch you in the face?
Well, no, I prefer you don't, because either one would hurt. But like, I don't know. I think like it's just like. cuts, like small cuts and everything, and just like pricking the finger and everything. Something about that is a lot less appealing to me than like
getting punched in the face.
Yeah, it's just like I get punched in the face, I'm gonna be like,
look, I can take a bullet to the leg, but you prick me with a needle, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Well, what if somebody pricks your finger while they horse eats corn you?
That would be the worst possible thing.
No, I mean, like, because then you'd be too focused on the pain of the horse eats corn that you won't notice the finger prick.
I wouldn't call it pain of the horse eats corn. I feel like just
it's the other terror and fear of being raped by Zach.
A unique sensation.
Everybody has that innate fear.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at first impressions.
Oh,
the worst.
There's what the quote that I had where it's like when you were talking to me and everything, I was just like, you know what? I'm pretty awful at first impressions, but I'm good at endearing myself to people over time.
Right.
Like a fungus.
Oh, right.
Like a Jewy fungus.
Yeah, that's like when the first time we met, you were like, "Hi, I'm Brooks. I'm a pussy faggot. Please love me." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sweet, sure."
Okay, speaking of like the quote journal we have or whatever, that you had, when we were in Florida, and the one quote I made about Laura, you decided to read out loud while she was in the car. And I was like, God okay, so there was this one time, I made a joke because, I did the thing where I went down on her, and
is this something you're allowed to talk about on the podcast?
Yeah, she doesn't care.
I mean, they're all rated. All of the podcasts are rated explicit.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I decided because comedy trumps, I would stop, look up at her, and go, it's like kissing my dad.
Yeah.
And then Brooks decided to take that quote, save it, and then read it aloud in the car.
Well,
so that
the thing was, it was just like,
oh, she gave me the dirtiest of looks, like, you fucking...
No, what happened was...
Even Matt looked at me and went, fucking Brooks just said that. I'm like, yeah, I know Brooks just said that.
Yeah, he's got 3 kids.
Yeah, but the thing was, it's just like, I wasn't really thinking.
I know you were thinking.
Because we were, she was at, we
You're
were
really
talking,
endearing,
we were
Brooks.
talking
You're really
about,
endearing.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. We were talking about the quotes page that we had, and then it was just like, you know, do you want me to read some of the quotes? And then they're just like, just read all of the quotes. And I'm like, okay, I'll just go through and read all of the quotes. And Zach, you've told that story to so many people. Like, you know, just all of these people you've told that story to. So, like, I didn't think it was a big deal. Anyway. And then we got into a conversation about how Ellicott City got flooded, and neither Zach or myself heard about that.
Aware of the state that they live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if you're listening to this, 2 things have happened recently. Ellicott City was flooded, 6 people died, a lot of stores were destroyed, and the Rio Olympics begin today! That's another national disaster occurring.
Really?
There was like...
Yeah, oh, I swear to God, you're gonna tell me you don't know what's going on in Rio?
Do you know what's going on?
I know some stuff in Rio.
I know nothing.
It's literally on the verge of self-destruction.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
like,
cool.
their president, like, is being, she's being indicted, right? And she has to have to resign.
I've only heard about the stuff in relation to the Olympics, where like a lot of people died making the stadiums and all that. They built the media center or whatever on top of a very sacred burial ground.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and they're trying to keep all the poor people away from the whole area.
they're trying to get them out so people don't have to see them.
The water
realize
that
how
the
terrible of a
swimmers
city
are going to
Rio is.
swim in is like a toxic lake from Springfield with Blinky the 3-eyed fish.
I think I heard recently. I only read the headline. I haven't read the whole thing, but I think someone from Russia, either a reporter or a diplomat or whatever who was there for the Olympics, in Rio, kind of shot a robber. I don't know who was getting robbed or what the situation was.
He was robbing the guy. The Russian reporter was.
Yeah, but he just shot somebody.
Oh my God.
Huh. I'm just waiting for the Tokyo Olympics. Those will be good.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, no, 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know some news only because it was related to Akira.
Yeah, in Japan. But
But
no, they said that the water that they're swimming in is it has super bacteria that's resistant to antibiotics.
What? Why don't they just
because it's so heavily polluted
water?
Well, no, it's where it's at. It's isn't it part of the ocean?
I have no idea.
I'm really getting
I don't know enough about the Olympics, but I thought it was in a pool for water stuff.
No. They're doing theirs outside, in a huge natural body of water.
Huh, that sounds very unsanitary.
Yeah, it does.
Why? Why are they doing that?
Because Rio is dumb.
Why are we having the Olympics there?
Because the Olympics is incredibly corrupt organization.
Yeah, and it's like
I know nothing.
And it's a shit ton of money for very little payoff. Like I totally understand that athletes want to do that, and I think that's great. But it's very devastating to like the countries that it's in. You know?
Yeah.
Is it? Yes, it like costs a lot of money. People fucking die trying to build the stadiums.
Huh.
Rio literally does not have enough money to maintain the stadium, and those buildings are there forever and never used.
Exactly. Like there's so many countries and like cities within the countries where the Olympics were in the past, where the stadiums are just abandoned and sitting there because they literally have nothing to use them for. Because they had to make them so huge to accommodate the Olympics that like the city without the Olympics, like there's nothing that they have that will like fill the stadium.
Yeah. And also in the 40s, an American woman tried to kiss Hitler at one.
Okay.
That's true.
So why don't they just like do the Olympics at one place?
Because like, all right, so I totally believe in like unifying the world and make sure we're all connected and making
like
things
the idea
like World
behind
War III doesn't happen.
The idea behind the Olympics is very good.
Yeah, it's like everyone contributes. It's a whole world thing, and everyone gets to do it every 4 years. But like economically, it's like insane. You know?
Yeah.
In the membrane?
Yes, in the membrane.
Insane.
But that is a better idea for it to just be in one place every time.
The moon. Yes.
Yes.
The moon.
Yes.
Olympics on the moon.
2085.
Call Obama. We got this.
Yeah.
Or Trump. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss Obama.
God, really? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because like people make him out to be a lot worse than he is, but he's actually great.
Look, not to have any bipartisan.
Oh yeah, like we tried to keep politics out of this.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm always up to date with politics, news, and every other thing.
If it's an anime.
Did I fucking tell you guys I had a dream with Obama the other day?
Really?
No. Like I'm not even fucking. This happened like maybe 2 weeks ago. I was in this diner and Obama was sitting next to me, and the character actor Toby Jones was in front of me. You know exactly.
I know who Toby Jones is.
He was talking to us, and I turned to Obama, and I remember what I said, but I can't remember a single word he said. But I remember it was being really nice and genuine. And I was like, Obama, I think like a lot of people misjudge you. I think the things people should really crack down on you is the NSA and drone strikes. But other than that, I think compared to Bush, you've been great. And then he like pulled a cigarette out from behind his ear, lit it up, and then we had this really nice talk. Don't remember anything he said, but I remember it being very nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a really
Meanwhile,
nice guy.
Obama wakes up in his bed and goes, "Who was that young man in that dream I just
He goes up and he like takes off his shirt and presses against the glass. He's like, Josh.
Yaskovich. I must find this Yaskovich. Get everybody on
I
it.
now need fan fiction of Josh and Obama.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to write it.
I'm down with that. Yeah, sure. Me and Obama's. Me and Barry. Are you writing it now?
I'm writing it now so I don't forget.
Okay.
I'm writing it down so I don't
Oh, fuck! I didn't bring the thing I meant to bring.
What
thing did
are
you
you gonna
bring?
bring?
Alright, I might as well just spoil it because I really want to say on the podcast. Alright, so remember when I asked you, like, what would it take for me to do for you to feel like you were sexually harassed and, like, it had to stop and you were very uncomfortable?
Yeah.
And you were like, you'd have to touch me some way. And I was like, alright, I won't be touching you. Alright, so I drew a picture of you blowing yourself. Not like you, like, blowing yourself, but, like, another you blowing you.
Oh,
and
you actually drew that?
Yeah, I got it at home. And there's a thought bubble that says, yeah, I really do like The Wire.
He told me about that picture like a month ago.
Yeah, back when we were recording for the Katana Gatri thing.
Yeah.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, I really like to draw Brooks in my spare time.
Yeah, it's this thing where it's like the drawings of me that he does has a weird thing where they're both at the same time.
Likeness.
At the same time, they look nothing like me and they look exactly like me.
They're like caricatures.
They're caricatures. That's
They're
what
caricatures.
That accurately
It makes me look
Brooks.
like either Beavis or Butthead.
Well,
Zach, come on.
look, you're not Butthead.
And his running, because like
I don't want to be Beavis.
and for some reason, I don't know why, but like whenever I think of Brooks, I think of him just coming out of nowhere saying, "Yeah, I like The Wire. Who here likes The Wire?"
That's because that was one of the first conversations we had.
Yeah, I think it is. Like, did you
when
ever
we
watch
first
The
met,
Wire?
I was just like, "Hey, have you seen The Wire?"
No, and I still haven't finished season 4, even though I think that show is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even finished Mad Men yet. I have like a list of shows.
I need to get back to Mad Men.
My mom started watching it. She's on season 2, and I just finished season 1.
I like anime.
Yeah. We know.
Oh, I finally finished watching Ghost in Shell, or finally saw it rather.
Yeah, how's that?
Fucking great.
Yeah.
It's the English dub was not good, so I immediately switched back to the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I really like Ghost in Shell because I used to watch the show that was on Adult Swim like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's this new anime that came out that's probably up your guys' alley since it's like more realistic and not like over the top bullshit. It's about these mobsters during the Prohibition era.
Oh, didn't you tell me this?
I might have. It's called 91 Days. Pretty much this
kid
watches his parents get shot like Batman style. And it's like,
and he becomes Batman.
Well, no,
he's the Prohibition Man.
And it's just the opening to the Batman Telltale series, which I still need to get.
Yeah, he just.
It's really bad.
He just.
No, I
becomes a
heard
thief.
it's good. It's just like the actual
tries to
performance
integrate
of it.
himself into the mob family, and he
it was
just
like
starts
super
killing
laggy.
them
There
all.
are 2 conversations happening.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to
I
finish
agree
what I
with
was
both.
saying.
Oh, it was just like people were complaining about how
see that.
there were a lot of technical issues.
Yeah,
But now that
because a lot of it's QuickTime events, and people are like, we don't like QuickTime events.
no, not technical issues in that, because that was just like that's just a Telltale game. Technical issues as in it didn't run very well.
Oh, okay.
When it was released, but now that they fixed a lot of that, it's starting to get a lot more positive reviews.
Okay.
Like because like over the course of like 2 days, I saw it like the Steam reviews go from like mostly negative to now it's mostly positive.
Okay.
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, because the only Telltale game I've ever played, or rather watched, was the Jurassic Park game.
Then you are missing out on a lot, because
Yeah.
that was before they started making their good games.
So I hear the Walking Dead game's really good.
Walking Dead's
the
great.
one with the werewolf is really
Wolf
good.
Among Us
Wolf
is
Among Us.
probably my favorite
Brooks and
that
I
I've
both
played.
that.
Yeah.
I really like the Borderlands one.
I haven't
Yeah,
played that one
Borderlands
yet.
is really good
Yeah, I
too.
haven't
That's
finished
Chris
it.
Hardwick in
I
it.
know exactly.
Yeah, so you should get it and
think
play
I
it.
don't know? It's got Chris Hardwick in it. When I think of Borderlands now, all I think about is Chris Hardwick. I mean,
I
before
meant
I
to
always
finish
thought
that
about Chris
while we were in
Hardwick.
Florida, but we didn't. Dang it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But yeah,
Oh,
I'm a huge Telltale Games fan, so I recommend definitely getting it. If your only experience is the Jurassic Park game, then
Yeah.
you're definitely
Which,
missing
like,
out.
I think its story was, like, neat. Like, where in the time it takes place, like, literally the events right after and during Jurassic Park. And I was like, oh, this is, like, a cool little fan fiction. But, like, the gameplay was just fucking dumb. Like, I had to wait, press buttons, and then wait, and wait, and wait, and then press a button.
Well, it's like
Ocarina
it's
of
like
Time.
Yeah.
it's sort of like kind of a new evolution of the old school like adventure games
Yeah.
back then. So like it takes a bit to get accustomed to that style. But
I just
once
never
you're
really like QuickTime events. I find them, like, to be aggravating.
I kind of like them. It's like DDR but with your fingers, so you don't have to get worked
see
out.
like for me if they're done well, like I feel like
Like
for the
Sly
most
Cooper.
part in
Like Sly Cooper, like that when he's going.
oh yeah the dancing one.
You looked at me like, how fucking dare you mention the sacred game that is Sly Cooper?
No, it's just like I thought like I was talking about how like QuickTime events when done badly.
Oh, no.
And then, like,
see.
that was when you said, like, Sly Cooper. I'm
No,
like...
I was just talking about QuickTime events that I think.
And I
worked.
also was trying to remember when they were QuickTime events
the
and Sly
Gator
Cooper.
lady, Mama Babu.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that
God,
one.
it's so fucking
Yeah.
frustrating.
Oh.
I think it's also partly because I'm bad at
No,
video
but
Yeah.
in the remake, I don't know if that was like that in the original one, but like in the remake we had for the PS4 or whatever,
It's like a
you just
little...
have to button mash it as it's
That's
coming at
it
you.
was
and
it was out of sync in the HD remake.
yeah, that. And I was
Okay.
like, all right, I'll just button mash it.
But it was funny like talking about that because like we have Josh and I have this thing where we just go through the Sly Cooper games
Yeah,
and like
Which we
Josh
should
plays
record.
them. Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
But,
That's my thing.
do Ratchet and Clank or something.
I want to play Ratchet and Clank. I used to play that all the time with my cousins.
I've never played Ratchet and Clank
You
game.
will love
But it
it.
was funny, after we finished the first game and after it took you a while, there were actually
Thank you.
there was a bunch of stuff about there was actually
you're terrible at video
Yeah,
games.
there was actually a bunch of stuff of different like people on the internet talking about Sly Cooper and everything. Like the Completionist did a review of it, and Ray, who's a streamer on Twitch, like he played through the games and everything, and they all like the common thing that everyone was saying was like, well, the game's pretty easy, but at the same time, it's fun. You know?
Great. That makes me feel a lot better. Oh, speaking of games that I thought would be good but ended up really shitty. Not saying this is Sly Cooper. Did anyone here play Shadows of Mordor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it.
Alright. I think the copy that I have is fucking broken.
Why?
Because I got it for $8 on Amazon.
Yeah,
It might be broken.
yeah, I'd say that's probably broken.
The graphics don't fucking load. Like, everything looks like just compressed and doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Like...
I have like a real copy of it on PS4 if you like want to try that.
Test it out later.
Well,
but
probably not later today because I work. But
oh, okay. But like the controls, they remind me of like the broken controls of like the first Assassin's Creed game. Like, am I wrong on that?
I mean,
who here played the first Assassin's Creed?
I never played the first Assassin's Creed game. I played like.
I mean, it's not broken like that, but it's similar to Assassin's Creed style.
I played like Assassin's Creed 2 and onwards, and
I think,
a bunch of games after that.
The
it's
ones
like
after one are good. Yeah. One, I would definitely say the first time they try to do it are completely broken. Like, I would say that. Like, they don't. I'd
say that it's a similar control scheme to the later Assassin's Creed games.
All right, then it has to be my disc. Yeah. If that's your guys' opinion, because like
my only gripe with Shadows of Mordor is that I like 100% completed the first area. I was like, oh sweet. Wait, there's a whole second area?
Yeah.
Fuck, alright, this game's big, which is good, but now I have to...
No, I like big games. I like big sandbox games where I can go all over the place. Because what I loved about the Assassin's Creed games is, like, I just, like, love just going around, just fucking murdering Redcoats or Templars or whatever, just brutally murdering them in the streets. And then, like, now that I can do that with a Lord of the Rings skin, I'm like, oh, sweet. Because, like, I love the jumping around and mechanic and doing the stealth shit in the Assassin's Creed games. But, like... I guess it has to be the copy that I have because I got it used and like I said,
used $8 on Amazon.
Yeah. And like the box that it came in has like this sticky like syrup mess on the cover, and I was like,
I think it's your copy.
Yeah. I'm like, just gonna wash that off.
It's your copy.
But like, no, yeah, it's I'm having like an awful time with it. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just awful.
No, try
and like, cause the game has like great reviews. I'm like, there's no way this is like the actual game.
Yeah.
There's like no fucking way.
I'd say be very cautious when buying those types of video games off of Amazon. Because there was a day when I got like a bunch of older games like off of Amazon that I didn't have on Xbox and PS2 and all that, and like. Several of the cases were broken. So far, the discs were good. The biggest mistake that they made was that, like, I ordered the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games because I really like them. And, so Kingdom Hearts 2 arrived first, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then Kingdom Hearts 1 showed up. I'm like, okay, cool. Open the case. It's, like, got the Kingdom Hearts 2 disc in it. I'm like, hey, you sent me the wrong thing. Can you not do that? He's like, well, we can give you a refund, but, you know... We can't really replace the game. I'm like,
we were just trying to
okay, cool. So now I just have 2 copies of Kingdom Hearts 2. Like,
lovely.
So.
It's not my Kingdom Hearts 2.
I never played Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 1 was very bad control style-wise, because it was like very
I wouldn't say that.
Compared to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, compared to Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah,
it's like
but
very
like on its own. Like, if you played Kingdom Hearts 1 and then 2, then you'd be fine.
I still got frustrated at Kingdom Hearts 1 sometimes, because like, no, I gotta over, up, down, now triangle to do the... shit, I'm dead. Alright, I'm just bad at this game.
Oh, speaking of games,
we've been talking about games.
I know, but like, have you beaten Inside yet?
Inside, yes.
I'm about to purchase it when I get home.
It's a...
Because the Game Grumps started playing, and I was like, fuck it, I want to play this game before I watch a
3-hour long game. It's a 3-hour long game.
Alright, so they probably won't finish it.
It has 2 endings.
Oh.
One, you're going to miss the secret ending, which is the second ending.
Wow, thanks. Way to totally undermine me and punch me in the face.
I guarantee you will not find it.
Thanks, guy. Sweet.
Guarantee
No, it's cool. It's whatever.
You want me to tell you where to find it?
No, I want to play the game.
It ends the game super early.
No, I want to play the game. I loved Limbo, and I saw that game, and I was like, this fucking looks great.
Speaking of, wow, this is great. We're going off of each other. That's like we're a real podcast.
Yeah, should we make out? I feel like we should make out.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
I'll jerk off in the corner.
No, but you know that game Journey?
Yes.
The desert.
Yeah, and you're running around, and the music's great.
Those guys just made a new game. It's called Abzu. It's Imagine Journey.
It's
Journey.
Funhouse was playing
It's Imagine Journey, except underwater, in the ocean. And
wait, is there a dolphin or dolphins in it?
Sure, yeah.
And like, do you have like a scuba gear?
Yeah, that's it.
My cousin sent me a Snapchat of that.
It looks so great.
And I sent him a joke. I was like, "Is that the new Echo game?"
I really want to get it.
Funhouse was playing it during their podcast, Dude Soup.
Yeah, and I constantly kept tabbing out because like I don't want to see the game. I just want to hear the podcast.
Yeah, that looks fucking beautiful.
I want to play it and I want to cry again, just like I almost did with Journey. Because that game,
I never beat Journey. I got far into it.
No, because with Journey,
Journey's a great game.
The best thing about Journey for me was that you would just just meet up with somebody randomly at any given point, and then you could only communicate by like a little blip.
And you like jump around and spin.
And then like the other person would go like, and you're like, I guess I have to go over here, and they're like, yeah, I played this game before, and you're like, oh sweet, a little bonus thing. Well, this is good. Now I can fly forever. And then you and your friend get to the very end of the game where it's the spoilers, Ice World, and then you're just like slowly like trudging along with your friend, and then your friend collapses behind you, like no, and you keep going, and then you collapse, you're like, fuck man, this is where it ends, and then you're like in that weird like heaven. So I don't know. It was all up for
beautiful game.
It was a good game.
Good art indie game. Zach just had come out of his eye.
What?
What?
Okay. But yeah, I might just buy Abzu since I'm driving past GameStop on my way home. Maybe.
I'm waiting for No Man's Sky to come out so I can get that and Overwatch.
I hear that's pretty great.
Because I have a bunch of GameStop gift cards. I'm just gonna like get them both at the same time.
Wait, No Man's Sky was leaked already, wasn't it? I haven't seen any gameplay for it.
Me neither, but it was leaked. Like a guy like paid like $1,000 on Amazon.
Yeah,
I remember. Or not Amazon, but like eBay or whatever to get like a leaked copy of it.
I remember reading the AMA he did, and then like some people were like, why would you pay $1,000 for a video game? He's like, well, think about it. In this day and age, video games always have reviews or something like that. So like to be able to play and review and document this game before anybody else.
That's what every reviewer says.
That's like crack in its purest form. I'm
like,
what the fuck?
Did he really say that?
Yeah, and I was like,
I'm just like, and then I'm just like,
smoking crack and doing that.
Then he just spoiled a bunch of it online, so I'm gonna avoid that because I want to play the game myself.
I just want to see what it looks like before I buy it.
Did he say it was good or what?
He said it was great. Well, he's playing it without the day one patch, so it's extremely buggy, but it's beautiful and it's great.
Because I saw the art for it and I was like, this looks fucking great.
I'm super excited for it, but I'm trying not to overhype it because when it comes to movies or games or whatever, I generally believe that expectation is like one of the most dangerous things you can have going in.
The killing joke.
Oh, the killing joke was not good. We may get to that after the video game bit. But so No Man's Sky, I'm excited for it, but I'm not expecting it to be the greatest thing ever. I'm just saying this game looks good, and I'm probably going to have fun with it, and I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, if it's anything like Starbound, I'll really enjoy it.
Yeah, because, if people are just, putting it on a pedestal, then, that's part of the reason why there's so many people who are, looking forward to it not being good. Yeah. For everyone who's saying it's just it's going to be amazing, it's going to be beautiful, we don't have to play any other games, we'll have this forever.
They're saying they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I don't, that's the wrong way to do it. But then the other side is just, people who are just jumping on, is well, it doesn't seem to actually have any gameplay, it's just probably going to be dumb, and it's just, it's probably going to be, boring, and people, forget about it. It's okay, both of those, in my mind, are wrong. You shouldn't go into the game expecting it to be, a perfect, gifted by God type of thing. But you should also not hope that it's bad, just because people, will get sick. People, when they hear, people getting excited and hyped for something, they get sick of hearing that, and thus they get some kind of, joy out of it not being what people want it to be.
And always remember, when it comes to movies, video games, or whatever, remember what Werner Herzog said when he got shot. It's not significant.
It is not significant. It's all make believe. Yeah. It doesn't matter. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, he
anyway.
made that up. The bullet's fake. The bullet that's in his stomach is
that
fake. Wasn't. It's just a tiny little Werner Herzog that went into his body.
I didn't go that far. I was trying to do my own quote. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to No Man's Sky, and then I'll just get Overwatch the same day.
Yeah. Alright, and then you'll only play one and not the other. That's fine.
I watched a lot of gameplay footage of Overwatch.
What about Overwatch?
I've watched a lot of gameplay footage. I've never played it.
I like it a lot. I think I enjoy the controls of the PC more, but I love the graphics I get on the console a lot more than my PC.
Yeah,
which
because
is just a laptop.
I would get it on the PC, but neither my PC nor my laptop will be able to run Overwatch, so I'm going to get it on the PS4.
Yes.
So I can at least play it with Zach.
And now all Matt needs to do is get a PS4, and then we all can play it on the PS4.
I don't have a PS4.
Well, we don't care. Anyways.
Okay, cool.
So, what do you guys want to talk about now?
I don't know. I downloaded an app that is me attacking enemies, and I'm gonna die.
That's every video game summed up.
I just remembered one story I could talk about, but I'm not 100% sure if the guy is okay with me talking about it.
Yeah, to be safe, just tell us after the podcast.
Okay.
Killing Joke.
Yeah.
We like that. This will get a conversation going. Probably. Yeah. We saw that. It was not good.
No, it wasn't.
I heard there was a very uncomfortable sex scene in it.
There was a very uncomfortable sex scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing is that
it was between the Joke and the Batgirl.
Yeah. Well, no. It was the Batman and Batgirl sex. Oh no. But it was so The Killing Joke is a graphic novel, for those who don't know, about Batman and the Joker, and like it details like a possible origin story for the Joker and like their whole conflict between the two of them.
Yeah.
And it's a very popular novel that a lot of people love, including myself and Josh. Yeah. And so they finally decided to adapt it. Like DC's been doing animated movies for a while now.
Pretty good at it.
Yeah, pretty like on the whole pretty
Red
decent.
Hood,
like
I like the Dark Knight Returns, both 1 and 2.
Yeah, and then I also like Batman Under the Red Hood.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Batman Beyond is great. But that's like sort of like the older stuff, like the recent group of like animated movies and stuff. And so they decided to adapt Killing Joke, which people have been asking for, and they got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, the voices of Batman and Joker.
And have Tara Strong as Batgirl.
And when you hear that, all from the animated series, which is like hugely popular.
That, you're like, that's fucking awesome. Like that, there's no way that could be awful.
But the thing is that it just wasn't all that good.
No.
Because why did they need a sex scene between Batgirl and Batman?
That is the baffling part of it. See, the thing is, like, if you just did like a straight adaptation, which like for part of the movie they did, it would be a very short movie, and they wanted to get to feature length, so they decided to add a prologue to it, basically a whole first act, 30 minutes long.
That didn't matter.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Like the worst part is you understand where they come from because they're trying to fix like a real flaw of the original story in my mind.
Is that she's just a plot device?
Yeah, she's just a plot device.
Well, with that said, like I totally get the other side of the argument because like most people reading that graphic novel or watching the movie know who Batgirl is.
Exactly.
So her to be a plot device is like, okay.
That's the thing, but with the graphic novel, you have the benefit of being like all the history of comics. If someone just wants to watch a movie, then the movie needs to be self-contained, and if you just did a straight adaptation, then you wouldn't even know who Batgirl is.
Yeah.
You know, so
which I don't know who's watching Killing Joke is their first animated movie.
But at the same time, it's like it's probably the first like animated DC movie to get like of this new group to get a theatrical
and they got
release.
like a rated R rating. Which to be completely honest, I feel like they gave it the rated R rating before like they actually made the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like I heard they were trying for a PG-13.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were trying for the rated R, and they.
I think the MPAA is just weird.
Why is it rated R? What happens?
I honestly don't know why.
It could have very easily been PG-13.
Yeah.
Like
it's very contained.
The subject matter is pretty dark.
Do they say the F word more than once?
No, they don't say it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, then why is it rated R?
Because like they thought it would be cool. Because they're
like
there's a rated R animated Batman film.
There's violence.
There's plenty of like PG-13 films with like violence.
Yeah.
Like Wanted.
Like
there's not even any nudity.
I blame the MPAA, not the people who actually made it. But they're weird sometimes.
They're like, Deadpool was rated R, and look at all the views it got.
Okay, so the plot...
yeah, exactly.
So the plot is that the movie starts, and Batgirl literally, like, an opening narration begins with, I know this isn't the beginning you were expecting. Like, they knew... They knew
Which I was really like, it wasn't.
So, the thing is, like...
I was expecting that interrogation scene.
They have a whole first 30 minutes of Batgirl and Batman are hunting down, like, this criminal, like, this mob boss criminal guy who kind of has a thing for Batgirl, you know, a sexual thing.
Yeah.
And so Batman's being a little bit protective and being like, you shouldn't be doing this. It's like, you should take off the case, which is like, are they like cops or something? Like you're off the case.
Yeah.
You're saying that
Give me your batarangs and gun.
A man dressed as a bat talking to a woman dressed as a bat saying you're off the case. So that's kind of dumb. And it's like there's a lot of focus on Batgirl. Like Batman is like like a side character in that opening. The Joker isn't even mentioned in the first 30 minutes.
And like I remember when I saw the guy, I was like, please don't tell me that's gonna become the Joker. Like
no,
that's where because they added all that 30-minute bullshit, and I was like, that
they were.
feels like
I didn't think they were gonna do that.
Okay.
You know, it was just
that's what I thought. I was like, this is gonna be really fucking dumb.
It's not
if
on
they do
Netflix,
that.
is it?
No.
Okay.
But
I had to buy my copy off Mark Hamill while he was crying.
So they go through the whole 30 minutes. They catch the bad guy. During that 30 minutes, you find out that Batgirl has a thing for Batman, which is kind of weird because like he's a lot like he's like the whole
40.
It's not just the age thing, but it's the whole relationship between Batman and his sidekicks. They're called the Bat family for a reason, as in they're pretty much his
Lannisters.
Oh no. They're pretty much his surrogate children is the relationship most of the time. Like the Robins are usually treated like they have the very father-son dynamic, and like often Batgirl is sort of like a father-daughter type of thing.
Which is always suspicious no matter when you hear it.
Which is always suspicious. Not like it's not as explicit with the Robins because like she has her own family. Usually the Robins are orphans and Batman brings them in. Is like it's more
I'm just saying the phrase father-daughter.
Yeah. It's more like his niece. Because he's also very close friends with Jim Gordon.
Because you see him as like their father figure and they look up to him. Not that they want to fuck him.
Yeah. So it was a really weird choice to have Batgirl be interested in him sexually.
And I get like the drama that they're trying to invoke, but like the whole film, or not the whole film, but the whole book that it's based on already has plenty of enough drama for it to be in it. Thank you, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
I totally needed to see that picture of Batman.
You said you wanted to see Batman.
It was a joke.
Oh, it was.
I know that already exists.
It was a killing joke, is what it was.
Okay. So the conflict,
thank you.
Because the whole conflict is between Batman and the Joker, it was like, it's about like, how the Joker came to being, his relationship to Batman, and all that stuff. So this whole stuff with Batgirl, is to like fix one problem of the book instead of like doing like a better adaptation where you keep the conflict but make Batgirl more of an actual character in it, where you could have done two birds with one stone. So what you get is a whole first act where like there's a moment when it ends and it's completely irrelevant to the rest of the movie. Like you could have started at that moment and then like it would have had no impact on anything.
So what you're saying is if I watch it, skip the first 30 minutes.
Even then...
Just read the fucking book.
Yeah, just read the book.
Then you're fine.
I just want to see what the animated one looks like.
One thing I think is cool in concept was they were trying to recreate panels from the comic, but because of that, like, it just feels very still. And one thing that I loved about the animated series, it felt very fluid and it felt very natural.
Yeah.
Not only is the animation disjointed, but like so is the dialogue.
Like,
things don't feel like they're right. Like especially during the scene when like the Joker's talking to his wife in the Red Hood, I was like, none of this just feels natural.
Because like that's the thing. Like the comic, like Alan Moore, who wrote it, is very like huge proponent of comics as their own medium, which is like true. They can do things that other mediums can't, like any artistic medium. So when he writes, it's very and like with the art and everything, it is very sequential. And then like the dialogue, like you read it in your head and it makes sense. But if you hear it said out loud, then it does not necessarily work the same way. But with that, I would
just say like it's all a matter of direction that you have.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a matter of like
with the right direction,
if they made,
you can get that dialogue.
I feel like if they made a smarter adaptation of it, like got a better writer and everything,
in Watchmen,
they could have changed it.
I feel like the dialogue in that works. I mean, some of it was changed. But, like, still, like, the stuff that was word from the book...
Although, like, I feel like it has some of the same, like, with, like, the trying to go panel for panel thing has some of the same problems as Watchmen, where, like, it, like, kind of feels, like, kind of disjointed.
There's a video that I just watched, and I forget what the YouTube channel's name is, but, like, the video's called Making the Adaptable...
I was about to say, like, hey, there's this video about Watchmen, and it's just like that, I think you should see.
Alright, so we watched the same
video.
I like what he says when he quotes Zack Snyder, Zack Snyder's job was just to make you interested in to read the book, and I say that does a pretty good job.
Right.
Of it. Whereas Killing Joke, the animated movie, does not.
Yeah, the animation, like I feel like they need a bigger budget. I know, like they probably, because it was like kind of a small movie, like they don't have like a lot of budget. But like the other DC animated movies, I felt like their animation was a lot better than this.
I wouldn't be surprised if two things happens. One, a quote unquote director's cut or ultimate cut comes out. Or if they just remake it eventually in the future.
I'm hoping for a better Killing Joke movie.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, keep Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as the
voices.
Yeah. Like that's a pairing that would totally fucking fit. Because I remember like almost 3 years ago, someone made this animation and they got this guy on YouTube who's really good at impressions, and he did an impression of the Mark Hamill Joker, which is really good. And they animated his monologue, and I was like, that's fucking great. Imagine it as they did the whole thing.
They did when that monologue came about in the movie, like the difference between like, you know, we shouldn't like make too many comparisons, but it's kind of hard not to, because it's such a direct adaptation. They even tried to emulate like a lot of stuff from it and everything. The thing is, like in the book, like when that monologue happens, the Joker is sort of like doing it over a loudspeaker as he's watching Batman and everything. And like so he has like, and there's a lot of emotion behind it, but in the movie, like, it happened, like, he's telling it to Batman as he's, like, beating the shit out of Batman. So there's, like, a lot of the, like, the emotions behind it are kind of, like, it just feels kind of wrong. And, like, he's, like, you know, like you said, the direction on the voice acting isn't all that good and everything. I just think, like, with all that and with all, like, the little things that they did where it's, like, you know, you don't really get a sense of why this thing is important to the relationship between Batman and the Joker. Yeah. Where it's like, it just feels like, when it should be more important, it just feels like just another encounter between the two of them. Exactly. With, like, at the end, they just, like, instead of punching each other, they just sort of talk a bit.
Yeah, and then they laugh.
When in the book, like, you get the sense that this is sort of, like, yeah, it's sort of, like, another, like, instance of them fighting, but it feels a bit more like a culmination of their entire relationship.
It definitely feels more emotional.
And I had the idea, like, in the car when we were talking about it, where if you took out the Batgirl first act, and if you still want it to be feature length, you have 30 minutes going through the history between Batman and the Joker.
And you can put Batgirl in there.
Yeah, you can have Batgirl in there, have her be an actual, like, you know, character, and, like, flesh her out a bit more. And then, like, that way, the conflict is still between Batman and the Joker, and so the last encounter feels like a bigger deal.
Yeah.
So
you entertained yet, Zach?
Yeah.
I just watched you look around, like, look in the side of your face, like, oh, I'm here too.
Like,
I was picking up the D&D handbook and just looking at it for a real long time. And now I'm going.
Thank you for letting me borrow that, because, like, whenever we play...
You fucking dork.
Whenever we play, like, I'm never in the right headspace to just sit down and, like, level up my character.
Who are you, Will, from Stranger Things? Now on Netflix, fucking watch it, it's great!
Oh yeah, Stranger Things is amazing.
Yeah, Stranger Things. It's a really good TV show.
It's a series on Netflix that's really good, and you should watch it.
I was very skeptical. I was like, this looks great, but this has, a lot of potential to fail and just be dumb, but it's fucking great.
Yeah, like, a lot of great child actors, surprisingly.
It's nostalgia, I feel like it fits and it works. Yeah, the child actors are good, because they are actually children being children.
Yeah.
Like, so many times I see in movies and TV shows, like, child actors saying things that children would never say. Things like toddlers say, and I'm like, no one fucking says that. Like, at that age, kids are supposed to curse and, like, pretend they're little adults.
Yeah.
Little drunken adults.
But Stranger Things is really good. It's like inspired by like
the
80s
Goonies,
movies.
like
it's like Goonies, E.T., like
Close Encounters. Throw all that shit together. It's like Super 8, a lot like Super 8.
It's like Super 8, but a lot better.
Yeah. Which I did. Look, to be fair, I liked Super 8. I thought it was fine.
I've seen the Goonies.
Well, you're fine.
Yeah, then you'll probably like Stranger Things.
Yeah, Goonies.
Super 8, I still think Super 8 was good. I mean, like, I thought
it was alright.
Problems, but I do think Stranger Things is better.
Yeah, Stranger Things is definitely better. It's funny, whenever we, like, when I was doing my whole Killing Joe thing, whenever we talk about something that Zach doesn't know about, he just sort of zones out.
And
starts looking around the room.
Oh, wait.
And, like, he doesn't, like, try to add anything, he's just like...
Well, because I had no idea what to talk about. You guys are just going on anything, I'm like, alright, I'll wait.
You know what I like to think of when they were making The Killing Joke? I like to think that there was a little bit where John DiMaggio and Mark Hamill are just doing Joker-offs with their Joker impressions. what a beautiful world that would be. You saw Under the Red Hood, right?
No.
Oh, watch Under the Red Hood.
That's a really good...
you know the guy who does the voice of Bender and Jake from Adventure Time?
Yes.
He does
Joker. Yeah, he does the voice of the Joker.
It's pretty great.
One. Yeah, it's a really good.
I like that
good
Joker.
One. Yeah. Did you ever watch The Dark Knight Returns?
No.
It's good too.
Every movie you ever mentioned, I've probably not seen.
Batman Year One?
No.
Year One's really good too.
I liked Year One, although
I'm just not a fan of Batman.
Really?
Yeah, he's like...
Who do you prefer?
Like, what, superhero-wise?
DC-wise.
DC... Shit, who's DC?
I
mean, Batman and Superman.
I would like, let's just any superheroes. Who do you prefer?
I don't know, I like the ones who are more out there, probably. Not like, oh, money's their superpower, and so is fighting and martial arts and...
See, that's the draw.
Except Taskmaster. I like Taskmaster.
Who the fuck is Taskmaster?
He's in DC, or is he Marvel?
He's Marvel.
Yeah,
Taskmaster is Marvel.
I know he's like, oh, you can just...
Hold on. Does he have a list of tasks and he does it all in one day?
No, he's just like a hunter guy. I think, if I remember correctly...
Oh, wait, is he the dude who's got like a fucking lion's vest?
Yes.
Oh,
no, that's not Taskmaster. That's Kraven the Hunter.
Oh,
okay.
Kraven the Hunter,
He's
I think is cool.
He's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, Spider-Man, I don't like Marvel, but I like Spider-Man's villains.
I think Spider-Man is like one of the best rogues galleries.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for the fucking Punisher show that's coming
out.
Oh,
that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense, Zach, because the draw for Batman is that he is someone who doesn't have powers and has to get by on like his own terms. Like, yeah, he has the money and stuff, but if he took the money away, he'd still be Batman. Just a more like he'd let just like less gadgets and stuff.
And there's totally a comic of that.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't have money.
Yeah. But it makes sense like that you are more like. You like the more out there stuff because it's the same reason you like anime a lot, because it's like more like extreme
kind of
and
crazy. You're like fingers.
It's
cracked.
more because like anime is most often anime is more out there and like in your face and stuff like that.
Except 91 Days, that one's cool.
Yeah,
you'd like that.
I probably would. No matter what it is, I'm always a sucker for gangster shit. Like I've
watched Gangsta.
Yeah, no, we talked about this.
Did we talk about
that?
Yeah.
We did talk about it. Back when we did the first anime episode.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I was like, I just saw like a commercial for this thing called Gangster. It looks fucking great. And you're like, it's great. And I was like, all right, I'll watch it.
I know enough about the anime, but not about the comic books.
Yeah,
to be fair, Brooks knows way more about comic books than I do.
Oh yeah, I'm the comic. Like when you guys started,
I'm the graphic novel guy.
When you guys had that little that mini conversation about anime right there, I was doing the exact thing. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna sit back, wait for them to be done. Yeah,
and you and I talk about
just random shit.
Yeah, and then ask if
I try to pay attention and not have a stroke about it.
But yeah, I do know like a bit about comic books because I like comic books. I think they're really cool.
Did you just to bring this all around? And because I know people are talking about this, because you saw the new Ghostbusters, you said it was good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I had a dream about that actually. You just prompted the.
All right, say the dream first, and I'll say.
Okay, because it wasn't even a good dream.
Because I love dreams.
It was just all of us sitting around, and we were just all watching a movie.
Is it the new Ghostbusters?
Right,
Womp! Sorry, we're talking about dreams.
Yeah, so back into the dream. What happened was we were all just sitting on the couch watching a movie, and I remember I was really getting into it. I was like, yeah, I like all these characters and everything. This is great. And then somebody came in with a giant bowl of popcorn. I think it was you, Brooks. And just like shoveling it in your mouth like, why are we watching Ghostbusters, the new one? I was like, what? It's Ghostbusters? And I look back and then there's a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with a dinosaur mask on. I'm like, wow, they're really trying hard now. And like immediately for some reason the second you mentioned it was Ghostbusters, like, well, this movie's kind of alright, I guess. I'm like, shit, I shouldn't think that. And then I woke up, I was like, should I see Ghostbusters? Is that what...
I mean, like...
Did you see it?
No.
I haven't seen it.
I really liked it.
Because you like Paul Feig movies.
Yeah, I like Paul Feig movies, and I liked all the characters and stuff. It's just... I can't... it's hard to recommend it to people, because I can't really recommend it, and guarantee that you guys will like it. Because it's very much, it's very... 2016 style of humor where there's a lot of improv and everything and they kind of let it go and I don't know if you'd like it because it is filmed kind of blandly. It's not all filmed all that great. It's any other comedy come out filming wise and everything. It's just I personally I like Ghostbusters. I like Paul Feig. I like all these. I like all these actresses. So I thought I thought like it was pretty good. So like, if you guys want to check it out, you can. But I'm not guaranteeing that you guys will like it.
The one thing that I would disagree on with your review about it is that it's not the second best Ghostbusters movie. The second best is the video game for the Xbox.
I haven't played the video.
That was really good.
Yeah,
and
I know of it. I know it's essentially just Ghostbusters 3. But
yeah, and it works because like for one, you don't have to deal with that like awfulness of like, oh, they're all old and they look old because they're in a video game and they're all
where
young.
everything's better.
It's all magical.
Real.
Yeah,
and that works because like Ghostbusters is inherently silly and not real fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's a very fantasy thing to do, and I think it works.
Yeah, and it's
and it's all the original voices.
Yeah, like with the whole aging thing, it works because like I was reading this thing about like all the troubles that like they had trying to get Ghostbusters 3 off the ground, and like it was funny. It all started with like the press junket for Ghostbusters 2. They're just like, so you're gonna be making Ghostbusters 3, and Harold Ramis is just like, I don't know. I kind of had to dye my hair for this one. I don't know if people are gonna like seeing us when we're all old and fat. And Dan Aykroyd's like, yeah, we're gonna be doing Ghostbusters 3. And Bill Murray's just like, there's a lot of like, we don't really need a 3. Like a lot of things coming too, like Hitler and Mussolini. That's a real quote from Bill Murray.
No, I know.
Classic Bill Murray.
What was I gonna fucking say? Oh, you know what? I think Dan Aykroyd's actually crazy.
Oh no, he's insane. He's completely insane.
I had this because I was like, oh, I love.
Have you ever seen the clip of him on Larry King where he's just like, you know what? We're like humanity, we've squandered our chance. Aliens are never gonna want to make contact with us, especially after 9/11.
What I realized after seeing that is he tried to make this documentary about aliens and UFOs, and he's like smoking a cigarette during it, and the interviews are just weird and dumb. And I'm like, what does Dan Aykroyd have to do anything with aliens? And then he said, like, in an interview, during the while, like, the Men in Black were following him and telling him he can't film in these places. And I'm like, I think Dan Aykroyd might be insane.
Oh, yeah, Dan Aykroyd's crazy. And I
mean, he's funny. I love him, like, shit, but, like, he's probably dangerously
He's great.
insane.
Well, he was great.
Yeah, no.
But, I blame a lot of that craziness on his, like, upbringing. Because, like, all of his family was crazy, and, like, his, like, grandparents would have him, like, do seances with him and everything. That's where, like, all the stuff from Yeah, this is where all the good stuff from Ghostbusters came out. Like, his father, like, published a book about, like, ghosts and, like, the paranormal and everything. And that's where all the...
Zach, you'll play as Dan Aykroyd.
I'll do it, and I'll eat my socks.
Supposedly the...
They're not related.
Supposedly the quote-unquote science behind all the ghost stuff in Ghostbusters is, like, accurate. Because,
are you serious?
Because, like, I do air quotes because, like, around science, but,
around
Dan Aykroyd, like knew all of that stuff because like of his crazy family and everything.
Knew.
But and I hear that the original like draft for Ghostbusters, the script that Dan Aykroyd wrote, was like fucking 3 hours long and it was like insane and had like other dimensions and all this crazy shit in it.
Well, that explains the third one.
And then and then he's just like, and then like Harold Ramis was like, you know what, we're gonna tone this back a lot. We're gonna bring all this back. We're gonna roll it back.
I kind of want to see what the 3-hour Ghostbusters would be with all the insane dimensions.
The script has got to be out there somewhere.
Oh,
you got
God.
Just like how Connor just has the Room script.
Oh yeah, Connor.
Does he have a copy of the Room
When
script?
we went to Connor's house
awesome.
the other day, we like just sitting on like a table or something was like the entire script to The Room by Tommy Wiseau.
And we're just like, what the fuck? And I would open it up, and I'm like, well, maybe it was just the actors who were doing it wrong. And I was looking at the script, and I was like, the actors did phenomenal with what they were giving. Because this is just terrible. This is an awful script.
I found out the other day, my cousin Tommy met Tommy Wiseau, and he didn't know who he was.
Oh, nice.
He was with like a group of friends, and they're like, oh, this guy did this movie called The Room, and it's atrocious. He's like, oh, okay. And he has a picture of him with Tommy Wiseau next to him, and he doesn't know who he is, and he signed his shirt. He said something like, it was really weird. Because they had the same name as Tommy, they talked for a weird amount of time, and then Tommy Wiseau wrote on my cousin's shirt, like his actual just plain green shirt, said, how much sex do you get? So I was like, oh, so Tommy Wiseau is retarded.
He's Rick. Speaking of, wait,
He's
did you ever show him that the one Future Rick, the bald?
Oh, I did not. We'll have to show that to him.
Yeah. For the podcast, hopefully that comes out soon. I'm really working hard on that right now.
No.
My new technical difficulty I've run into is that it says the library can't save your changes because the hard disk is full, and the hard disks, none of them are full. And I keep moving the files. And maybe I'll buy again.
All right, but in the meantime, we'll just do the plugs and the same sign-off we always.
Oh, fuck, hold on. Real quick, before we do any of that, there's an independent film, I'll talk about it after the podcast, called A Man, a Horse, and Corn.
Oh, God.
So, this is the real sign-off. The plugs are Barrett Films. No, you keep doing your thing.
No, you can't do it as a sign-off, though.
Oh, we can't?
No.
Oh, but I thought that was the plan. Oh. So, here are the plugs.
We gotta go.
Brave Snuggles, Brooks Vernon.
Do it, Brooks. I gotta do it.
I'm at Barrett Films. It's comedy trumps. And this is how it works. And it's very beautiful.
He paid me a large amount of money for this.
I wish we filmed this. This is beautiful.
That's a tongue, Brooks.
So, Brooks and Zach 100 years at gmail.com.
Let me just feel how much did you lick me? That's a lot of saliva.
And we're on YouTube as well. So, have a good one. Bye.
Alright, it's the same sign-off we do every time. You're sitting there on the porch, looking out at your cornfield, and you listen to the sound of wind chimes, and they start to pick up gradually. You don't understand why. You just rock back and forth in your rocking chair, looking out at your crops. The sky slowly becomes darker, and that's when it hits you. You realize the tornado is coming, but it isn't just any tornado. You say to yourself, as you look off to the tornado, you see, amidst the destruction and the gray-green clouds, you see the face, a face that is very familiar, and as you look at the face, you mouth the words that come to you as if from the wind itself is saying, Brooks and Zach, 100 years. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll kill Yaskovich. He won't be here next time. That's a true fact.
See ya.